Good to see everybody's back. Yeah.
The obvious first question, what at halftime, what made you make up your mind to go man instead of zone?
They shot us out of it, to be honest with you. The Rice kid was on fire, and it's like we told our guys, it wasn't like they were shooting 21 footers. They were shooting from 24 feet, and they were going in, and so that was the biggest thing. I mean, they just literally shot us out of it.
When you guys went to the man-to-man, it seems like you also tightened your rotation a bit. Was that coincidence, or was there a reason that the man-to-man required fewer guys to play?
I just, we felt like we had a good flow out there. I know we were a little bit tired, but those guys had great communication going in terms of what we were doing defensively as well as offensively. So, we were talking about subbing and just said, hey, let's see how long we can ride this out. And sure enough, we were able to finish with it. But I thought all the guys, Jay Sean, Kata, even Cam did a really, really nice job. Trey, Anthony, I mean, those guys were great down the stretch for us.
And Amir only got about 4 minutes in the 24 minutes that you guys were in man. Was that because Anthony and Trey were doing such a good job in man, or was it something Amir had been doing?
Well, he picked up that third foul, and then those guys kind of got rolling, and we stuck with them.
They had on a 15-0 run in the second half. You guys are down 3, and then all of a sudden it seemed like everything was clicking. From your vantage point, what was the difference during that span?
Well, I think just our activity, and we were able to get out and get some deflections, get the ball going, or get out and run in transition. And, I thought we did a really nice job rebounding the ball tonight, which then, like I said, we were able to execute offensively. And, we were making some changes throughout the course of the game. Guys did a great job coming out of timeouts and running what we were drawing up.
D'Angelo had kind of a rough night in the Big Ten opener. Seemed obviously that he got back on track. He talked a little bit about being aggressive versus playing smart and limiting turnovers. He had 5 in the first half, 1 in the second half. Can you just comment on overall the way you thought he played and maybe that balance? Well,
I was glad to see D'Angelo come back and do the things that he did. Obviously, the turnover is a little problematic, but since the Tuesday's game, he's been in here working hard and a couple times a day, and to see him go out and play at the level that he played at, was good. I mean, sometimes you got to keep things a little bit simpler. They hadn't hard hedged a ball screen, with the exception of one game, the Missouri game, and they were doing that to him, and he didn't pick it up real well. But second half, I thought he adjusted well.
Can you speak on that one play where he poked the ball and got a flip on his back?
Great play on his part in terms of, and I don't know who it was, but pursuing the ball, getting to it, and that was, and then Mark tried that same pass later in transition. That one wasn't as successful.
Coach, it's no secret that D'Angelo struggled a little bit against the name brand teams you played this year so far. So why was he struggling a little bit, and what was the difference today? Is it comfort or what?
No, I don't know. I think just in his mind slowing down a little bit, and focusing in. He's watched a ton of tape. I came in yesterday morning. He was sitting in the video room by himself watching tape, and he's definitely a kid who cares. I mean, he knows that he hasn't played particularly well in the losses, and he's I'll swear he's a winner, and he wants to win. He wants to do well not only for himself but probably most importantly for the team.
I'm guessing you haven't decided yet how much man you're going to be playing in the future, but if you do, could you give us a little bit of a scouting report on some of the new players and how they are at man, especially Lee and Cam Williams?
Yeah, well, those guys, I thought Anthony did a great job with the ball screen stuff today and his rotations. And, like I said, we play man-to-man 45 minutes a day. We had to make a couple adjustments at halftime, but we knew the actions from previous years, and Jeff had done a good job with the scout in terms of telling our guys what was coming. So, I think those guys will be good defenders. They got length, they got some toughness to them, and the they better defend. If we're zone man or whatever, they won't play.
That, about that subject, man-to-man going forward, when you talked about that 15-0 run, activity, deflections, transition, rebounding, it seemed like everything, all of those things stemmed off the way you were playing defense. Crowd was into the game. Do you think you're better off going forward with man-to-man?
You know, we could be. We could be. You know, I think it'll be. I like the fact that we do have some zone. You know, like I said, tonight they shot us out of it. I mean, they did a tremendous job of making some tough long shots, and so you know, do we stick with it? Yeah, but I mean, I know we've got some zone we can play as well when we need it.
That D'Angelo's talent obviously speaks for itself, and you mentioned that he hasn't played his best games and all the losses you guys had this year. How tough do you think that is, maybe just for a freshman to, understand and let that sink in, that any given night, if you guys are playing, top competition, that his performance is likely going to be a major part in the way that you guys, finish that game? I mean, is that tough for somebody like that to, kind of let that sink in?
I think with D'Angelo, as I said earlier, he's a kid that cares. He wants to play. D'Angelo's very, very, very hard on himself, and at times maybe a little bit too hard. But I think back to all the great players I've coached, and they're pretty brutal to themselves. It's a learning process, and he's a kid that wants to learn. So, from my perspective, that's exciting. Like I said, just watching the work he's put in from Wednesday to today, it's no surprise to me that he played well. Thank you, guys.